It is now official. The people of Nairobi will go to the polls on 18th March 2021 to elect their new governor. The IBC made that announcement yesterday. And according to their program, on 28th of December, any individual who is interested in running as an independent candidate must submit their application. Which means by 28th, we should be having rough ideas on the kind of people who are going to contest for that particular election. So if Margaret Wanjiru will be interested in contesting, then by 28th, we should be able to know whether she's going to contest as an independent candidate or as a Jubilee candidate. If Moses Kuria wants to contest as a governor, we will be able to know whether he's going to contest as a Jubilee candidate or he's going to contest on his own political party. So that one will be by 28th. And by 11th of January, anybody interested in contesting for that seat will have to apply. That's the deadline to contest. They'll have to make an application to the IBC. So which means, again, by 11th of January, we should be able to have a rough idea on the individuals who are going to contest for the Nairobi gubernatorial seat. And that announcement by IBC has set the stage for a major political showdown between Team Handshake, led by President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta himself and his elder brother Raila Amolo Odinga, versus the Team Tanga Tanga, which is led by the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto, and now Mike Mbuvi Sonko, who was impeached as the governor. So today I want us to look at the Nairobi gubernatorial race, how it's going to benefit the key players in that race, and how it's also going to affect them, whether positively or negatively. But before we go into all those details, if you're watching this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. Now let us get to business. There are 4 key players in the Nairobi gubernatorial race. That election is not going to be between Peter Kenneth and Margaret Wanjiru. It is not going to be between Dennis Waweru and Miguna Miguna. It's going to be a contest between President Uhuru Kenyatta versus William Samoei Ruto. It's going to be a contest between President Uhuru Kenyatta versus Mike Mbuvi Sonko. It is going to be a contest between Raila Odinga versus William Ruto. And it's going to be a contest between Raila Odinga and Mike Mbuvi Sonko. So basically, it's going to be a contest between Team Handshake and the hustler narrative. So let us look at the stakes of all the key players. And in my considered opinion, there are 4 key players in this contest. There's William Samoei Ruto. There is President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. There is Mike Mbuvi Sonko. And there is Raila Amolo Odinga. So those are the key players. There's the element and the factor of Musalia Mudavadi, whether he should contest. I want to assume Musalia Mudavadi is not going to contest. But there are people who are pushing for Musalia Mudavadi to contest for the Nairobi gubernatorial race so that he becomes part of negotiations at the table, at the handshake table. There are also those who believe that Kalonzo Musyoka should also come and contest as the next governor for Nairobi. They argue that Mike Sonko was a camper, and therefore the seat should be reserved for campers. But I doubt whether Kalonzo Musyoka will agree to that. But let us focus on the stakes of the key players in this race. And let's begin with William Samoei Ruto. William Ruto is going to this election. Let's begin with William Samoei Ruto. What are his stakes? The outcome in this election will be either to win or to lose. And ahead of this election, William Ruto is intending the following. Number one, he needs to keep the momentum. William Ruto has managed to win a series of by-elections, successive by-elections. We've actually had 4 by-elections in this country. And William Ruto has managed to win 3. He won in Wajir. He won in Msambweni. In Ugenya, it was made a contest between Ruto and Raila. So when Ochieng won, it was attributed to William Samoei Ruto. And of course, there was the element of the Embakasi South, where Somra was defeated. So he needs to maintain that momentum. So going to Nairobi gubernatorial election would mean that William Ruto must win. Any other results apart from that is going to slow him down. And if he's going to win the Nairobi gubernatorial seat, it's going to help him cement the hustler nation narrative. Because let's face it, the hustler nation is spreading across this country like a bushfire. So he must go to this election with only one outcome in mind, a win. If he's going to lose, then he's going to lose the momentum which has been building up for him. Secondly, he needs to reinforce the hustler narrative. There is this talk that there are no Kalenjins in Nairobi, that William Ruto cannot win Nairobi, because Nairobi is normally about Kikuyus versus the rest. And the rest is Raila Amolo Odinga. William Ruto is commanding the central Kenya and to some extent the larger Mount Kenya region, politically speaking. So will they vote for him? And if they are going to vote for him, and if his candidate is going to win, it will only mean one thing, that the votes will be across tribe, because he doesn't have a constituency in Nairobi. So we will easily say that the hustler nation actually prevailed. So he must do that. He needs to reinforce the hustler nation narrative. But if he's going to be defeated, it would mean that the hustler nation is just a story. Of course, the win in Msambweni, in my view, that was a major political victory for William Samoei Ruto to score against Uhuru Kenyatta and against Raila Amolo Odinga. So we must reinforce the hustler narrative, that the hustler narrative can stand against the system, the deep state, and any other thing. Number 3, Nairobi gubernatorial race also provides William Ruto with the opportunity to venture into Nairobi politics. There is the talk, which has been there for a long time, that Ruto is used to village politics. He tried venturing into the city politics via McDonald Mariga. That aborted. So the Nairobi gubernatorial race is not providing him with another opportunity. The opportunity to prove to people and Kenyans in general that he can command Nairobi. Because within the political circles, people are saying William Ruto is very popular. But you can't become the president of the Republic of Kenya without the support of the city. So a win in the city is actually going to help the deputy president enter or venture into the Nairobi politics. Politicians are normally opportunistic. So they're going to wait and monitor the results, how the results are turning out. So if in all those constituencies Ruto is going to lose, then most aspirants, people who would be interested in contesting, would not choose his party. So that's the thing. But if he's going to win, then it means his party, which is yet to be launched, is going to attract a lot of attention in Nairobi. So those are the stakes William Ruto must deal with. Now let's get to Uhuru Kenyatta. Number 1, Uhuru Kenyatta is the president of the Republic of Kenya. The Nairobi gubernatorial race provides him with the opportunity to control the Kikuyu votes. There is this story that the Kikuyu voting bloc actually left the president, that they are now in the pocket of William Samoei Ruto. So the only way to prove that Uhuru is still the king in central Kenya is to win the Kikuyu votes in Nairobi. And of course, he can do it. I was talking to someone and he was telling me that the good thing with the Kikuyu nation is that they know how to smell opportunities and defend opportunities. These guys have always wanted to be in charge of City Hall, of Nairobi County. Kidero spoiled the party. Sonko spoiled the party. Now, this is the only opportunity. And in this opportunity, the only strong candidates are from the Kikuyu nation. In fact, someone was telling me that Peter Kenneth might not throw his heart into the ring. He might not contest Peter Kenneth. So the Kikuyus are very good at smelling and taking advantage of opportunities so that they will not allow any other thing to come between them and the Nairobi gubernatorial race. So Uhuru Kenyatta, just the way he tried to use the Building Bridges initiative, which gave the Mount Kenya region more constituencies, so which means leaders from central Kenya are not going to oppose this, then the seat, the Nairobi gubernatorial seat, is also his opportunity to dangle another carrot to the people of central Kenya. He's giving them something which they could not do through the ballot. Number two, it's also going to be a vote of confidence on the Nairobi Metropolitan Services. The main reason why Mike Sonko has been kicked out is because of the Nairobi Metropolitan Services. Mike Sonko signed to transfer certain functions to the national government. The national government created the Nairobi Metropolitan Services. And these metropolitan services, according to Nairobians, is actually working. What they have achieved, what Major Badi has achieved, cannot be compared to the duration of Mike Sonko and Kidero combined. So the president is likely to go outside there and ask Kenyans whether the Nairobi Metropolitan Services is working. And if it's working, then he's going now then to ask them to elect someone who is going to help them achieve or to help them deliver on the mandate. So it's going to be a vote of confidence, which means if his candidate is going to lose, then you should even expect the next day after being sworn in, the gentlemen are going to the court to declare the Nairobi Metropolitan Services null and void. Number three is the defeat. If Uhuru is going to be defeated in this Nairobi gubernatorial contest, it's going to mark the end of President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta political career. And that's why the president is going to do everything possible to ensure that the seat is won by his own political party or by the coalition which is going to craft. I doubt whether the president would agree to lose this election because the stakes are so high. Now let us get to Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga was first elected as a member of parliament for Langata constituency in 1992. He's played his politics in Nairobi throughout. In fact, anytime Raila Odinga is down politically, the first stop he would always go to Kamkunji grounds in Kibra. So this Nairobi gubernatorial race provides Raila Odinga with three opportunities. Number one is going to be a test for the handshake. Raila Odinga is now pegging his 2022 presidential bid on the handshake, that Uhuru Kenyatta is going to support him. But assuming Uhuru Kenyatta is going to support him and they fail in Nairobi, what message is going to come out of that? So basically it's a test whether Uhuru and Raila Force can win the presidency, because there's no any other place to test this than in Nairobi. Number two, I think it's also an opportunity for him to prove that he's still the king when it comes to Nairobi. From 2007, 2013, and now, Raila Odinga has always led in the presidential elections in Nairobi. Again, the by-election in Nairobi is going to provide opportunity to prove again that he's still the king. So if he's going to lose, then I can tell you it's going to be bad for Raila politically. And lastly is 2022 politics. Raila Odinga stated clearly that he's not going to contest, he's going to declare his interest until the referendum is over. So 2022 politics is going to play here. So the outcome in Nairobi is going to determine the reaction of Kenyans to the Building Bridges Initiative process. If they're going to win, fine and good for Raila Odinga. That's going to play according to his script for 2022. If he's going to lose, what's going to happen? You will have to take a back seat. And the fourth guy is Mike Mbuvi Sonko. Mike Sonko will just need to do two things. Number one, he wants to prove a point. He wants to use the opportunity to teach President Uhuru Kenyatta, to teach Raila Amolo Odinga one political lesson, a defeat. Because he was kicked out, he's going to be barred from contesting again. He doesn't have any hope of making any political comeback. He's not even aware, he's not even sure whether some documents will be leaked now that he's out of office. So Mike Sonko will have to prove a point that he is indeed popular, that his impeachment was as a result of witch hunt. And again, number two, it's going to be payback time for him. Very simple. Mulinitusi, you kick me out of office, then it's now my time to teach you a political lesson. Payback time. Let me hear your thoughts. Because in one of my next videos, I want now to start looking at the chances of all these guys, the intrigues and the drama around the Nairobi gubernatorial race. Who is likely to win? Who is likely to lose? How the political parties are likely to fare. Thank you guys. And for those who are in Mombasa, I'll be in Mombasa towards the end of the week. Maybe tomorrow, from tomorrow. So if you have my WhatsApp number, we can have coffee somewhere. Thank you guys, and please may you enjoy your holiday. Love you guys.